Hiya, it's Joey Reynolds. Forget this Tubi. Boy, that's the worst kind of thing to watch, that Tubi television. You know why? Because they put too many commercials on there. They got more commercials there than they do on anything, on any show ever in the history of television. Tubi. To be or not to be. This is it, boy. Not to be. Not to be believed. I take that one and erase it. Well, see, you get what you pay for, and everything's subscription. Radio and television ought to be free over the air with commercials. Then they started to slip commercials into the theaters a little bit before the movie, while you're waiting, and so they don't do it during the movie. But we go into this whole thing of selling stuff. And do you see, this Halloween is a bigger holiday than the vaccine miracle. We are celebrating Halloween like it's a national great holiday pastime. And all it is actually is stuff being sold. It's another way to do those commercials. We have to live by the availability of products. And we know that Christmas is going to be tough with products, so we're getting it out of the way at Halloween. That's what I think is doing. That's what I think they're doing. When I say they, we always wonder who they are. We think alike, but we don't know where it's coming from. The public says, yeah, where did that come from? Who are they? And we're trying to figure out who's running this whole thing. And on Halloween, I'm going to go with a blackface. I'm going to go as a racist. I figured, do you think I'll get any attention? I'll bet not, unless I go as Beetlejuice, There was a year I had a goatee and I sprayed some deodorant on it and went as an armpit. Things haven't changed too much, have they? What was I going to show you? Oh yeah, the Judaism. This is the gift of Judaism. I gave this a little shot yesterday as a flyer in a Christian church, but now I'm seeing Judge Judy. Now that's Judaism. She's had more lifts than she's had more. How many lifts has she had? I was going to say she's had more lifts than Jiffy Lube, but I figured, well, maybe I don't want to say that, but I did say it now. And it's like Alec Baldwin. Now all of a sudden they're backpedaling because he'll lose his whole career. He may even be criminally prosecuted if they find out that he pulled the trigger on something he knew existed. So now we're into that whole thing. We can hardly wait as the American public. We are so sick, we can't wait to see the outtakes of Rust. Do you realize that if they never finished this film and they showed only the parts of the making of the film, of course, they didn't have that scene where he sent the bullet into the girl. But you know what? If we could see that film right now, we would pay for it. I mean, people want to see that. Yeah, show me a little more, We are so dark, right? And Alec Baldwin, I mean, he's no longer a one-shot artist. That's for sure. Neither was Phil Spector. But, we have a different kind of a world now, which is playing off of things that go wrong. Crime shows. How popular are they? I'm not talking about the usual ones, 48 Hours, 2020. What's the ones that, there's a whole series of them. There's so many crime shows. They're all, where they did, my friend in LA had started this I don't know if you remember Ron Diamond. He was a disc jockey in Philadelphia. Ron Cutler's his name. And his son started this podcast of writing crime stories. He hired a bunch of people in Hollywood to write crime stories for radio stuff, which is podcasting. There's no video in it. And they created these stories. Plus, they also are solving crimes and getting into DNA and all of the things that people are now digging up to find out who did what and who was wrongfully imprisoned. How did this person really get killed? It's the curiosity of America when it comes to the dark side. And you talk about being a Darth Vader or a dark side or having someone from the Star Wars era, which is where I'm from. We see the light, and then there's the dark side. The dark side is overshadowing the light side for the most part in the audience appeal area, and they can't get any ratings because people click on, and they call that a rating. It's not a rating. It means you clicked on something. It means that someone saw it for even a flash, or for a moment, or at least they visited it. and it gets credit. And so you can say, as Rogan had said on his podcast, as he's had 200 million viewers. Now, how could he have 200 million viewers? It's half the country is not watching this guy. It's bullshit. But you mean you had a lot of clicks, you know? See, we're in a society of that. I hope I don't click you off. That should be the expression, you know, when you get mad at someone. But there is something going on that's underneath all of this that we can't figure out. It's as Flip Wilson used to say, the devil made me do it. It's the devil. Yeah, we got a sick side, and it's definitely being nurtured. You know, I mean, you talk about eating healthily and going to the World Conference on global warming and trying to settle the issues of everybody in the world getting along with the UN and all the other things that we put together, all defeated by us turning on the TV or the phone, which directs the TV, and the radio, which is podcasting, and turning all this sound and sight on about dark things that are really can't be solved, like that crime of passion that just most recently existed in the state of Florida, where the guy went for a hike with his girlfriend out west, and she died. He came home with her. You know, I mean, it just goes on and on with. He did this, she did that. You know what I'm talking about. You know, come on, you fill in the blanks here. That people are intrigued. We're intrigued. We want to see, oh, what happened here? Oh, how did this go? And then the gossip of stars, like Adele is doing a live concert in. Who gives a rat's ass that Adele is? Apparently someone does. How about the Queen? They care that the Queen is looking good as she drove by her car and didn't even wave. But she's in the convertible to show that she's still alive. They could put that crown out there and it would look like a margarine commercial. You know, remember Imperial? I don't know if you're old enough. But we have a society of dunces. That's what it is. I mean, we're really dumbed down. And we keep it that way because that's how you make money. This whole society of taxing rich, ultra-rich people, giving them a bigger bill because they've made more money. So what that does is they now eliminate jobs so they can make more money. That's what they do. Companies get rid of people who are not going to help them have a big profit. So they get rid of people. They don't get rid of products, they don't get rid of the advertising or anything as a rule. They get rid of people. And that's why we're out of work, many of us. You know, I mean, why should I ever be out of work with this mouth of mine? Are you kidding? The mouth is going to live long after I die. My tongue is going to wag from, even if it's in a jar. it'll be going. My tongue is going. It's amazing, isn't it? How we are superficially geared into and lulled into craziness, lulled into it. You know, we get all of a sudden we're persuaded into this. Oh yeah, this is not so bad, and I understand. I know what he's thinking. And then the other issues. That come up every day with the government. You know, I mean, nobody's ever going to figure them out. Because they have a lifetime job. You know, I mean, the government has what we all want. They have prestige, total medical benefits, retirement plans. After the death, the family is taken care of. They have complete security. These guys have everything that we all want. They already have what we want. But they're supposed to be getting that for us, and they get it for themselves. Have you figured that out yet? I mean, how can a guy be a senator for 30, 40 years like that? What are you talking about? This is not a lifetime achievement award. You're supposed to be there and help the public get what we need to have for the time being, you know, in the evolutionary process of younger people. That's why you don't see a lot of young people in government. They can't afford to advertise to run for office, and the party is not adopting them, and there's no business interest to where if they get backed up, they're going to reward them by lobbying them into some sort of profit. It doesn't happen that way anymore. It doesn't happen because there's no equal time law on radio and television and the internet. No equal time law. Where it used to be that if you gave someone the time to plead their case, if they were very wealthy, very successful, very powerful, you had to give it to the regular schnook, for which I am. I'm just a regular guy. You know, I just happen to be one of those people that didn't have the money germ, but I had all the other stuff. And the money germ is the one that is celebrated right now. I mean, people with money, people pretend they like them because I want what you have. I want to have what you have. And the other part, as I mentioned in my book, Let a Smile Be Your Umbrella, which I'm plugging, you can go online and see it. It's I don't know what they're selling it for right now. But anyway, in my book, I said the difference between jealousy and envy. Envy is when I want something you have. Jealousy is when I don't want you to have it. That's the difference. And we have a lot of that in our world, a lot of differences. But let me get off the platform here. I was going to show you a picture of Judge Judy before the lift and after the lift, but for some reason, my computer deleted it. Judge Judy, the evidence is gone. I can't even go to court with you. It's Joey duty. Let a smile be your umbrella, but don't get a mouthful of rain.